Are you struggling with change, even when it's a change you choose? Feeling unsettled, routines unfamiliar, and not quite certain what's next? So what's happening? Change affects more than circumstances. It affects our nervous system. Even positive change can feel destabilising, bringing a sense of uncertainty, a restlessness, disorientation, and a sense of being unmoored. Familiar reference points and routines disappear, and the body stays alert, waiting for what comes next. When steadiness is lost, people often feel tense, unsettled, and unable to relax, even when they're coping on the outside. What's often missing isn't strength, it's space. Space for the transition to land, space for the old chapter to settle, and space for the new one to begin forming. Without that space, the system stays braced. With it, integration happens. So introducing the pathway change to steadiness. It's part of the stage 1 relief and stabilisation support system. And so this pathway supports orientation before action, grounding through creating space for that transition, stabilisation during the uncertainty, integration of the old and the new, restoring internal steadiness and confidence to stand in the new chapter. Not pushing forward regardless, but stopping and steadying first. So the 5 essences involved in this pathway. The first one is of the earth. This is our grounding, steadying, stabilizing essence. So when life shifts, the body can feel unanchored. External structures change, routines, roles, environments, and the nervous system loses its familiar footing. So this essence supports the grounding through that instability, reconnecting with the body, restoring the physical presence, and stabilizing that scattered energy. Steadiness begins in the body. Without grounding, transition feels disorientating. The second essence is order. So it's about bringing order to the chaos. Change often disrupts our internal structure. Priority shifts, expectations move, and familiar patterns dissolve. So this essence supports restoring the perspective, but rebuilding internal organisation, clarifying what now matters, and reducing that sense of feeling disordered. Structure reduces uncertainty, and when internal order returns, the mind settles. The third essence is peace. Well, uncertainty creates a subtle vigilance. Even when nothing is wrong, the system remains slightly braced. So this essence supports emotional reassurance, a softening of the internal tension, calming the background restlessness, supporting acceptance during change. So peace allows for the nervous system to stand down. The fourth essence is calm from the storm. So this is about our clarity and stability. Now, transitions can stir emotional turbulence, mood shifts, irritability, heightened sensitivity. They all often surface during change. So this essence supports stabilizing that emotional fluctuation, reducing our reactivity to situations, preventing escalation into overwhelm, and restores clarity during that instability. So calm supports the steady response instead of the reactive movement. And the last in this pathway is renewal. It's for the end of a long cycle. Every transition begins with an ending. Without completion, the system holds on to what was while trying to move forward. So this essence supports a gentle closure of the previous chapter, integrating the old experiences, creating space before stepping fully into the new, and allowing the transition to land. Completion creates breathing room, and breathing room restores confidence. So why this works? Transition needs a pause. When grounding returns and endings integrate, when tension softens, when space is allowed, the next step feels steady. Not rushed, not forced, but ready. So if life feels unfamiliar for you right now, if you're between what was and what's next, the change to steady essence pathway may be the supportive place to begin. You don't need certainty yet. You need steadiness in that space in between. You'll find the link to essencesofdelight.co.nz below.